barely remembering from weeks on it. Good morning, M30 crew! It is a special Tuesday today because it is one of our most regulars' birthday. Kim, it's your birthday today! We owe you and Willie movements of your choice for birthday workouts the last couple weeks, just so you know. I wish we could be singing all together your birthday song. I could do it, but then if buffaloes howled, they would probably be howling. So I'll save you from that. But we are wishing you a very happy birthday today. I hope that you're wearing your unicorn suit all day today. And if not, you should anyway. Oh yeah, Koi, is the tropical storm gone? Whoa, Philip. If you don't show up, I mean, I'm sending a search party to Poland. So I'm glad that you got a new charger. Oh no. You guys are like really shut down, huh, Philip? Good morning, crew. Kim, Philip, Ephraim, Martin, Paul. Paul ready to work out this morning? Kim, we're so happy to celebrate you. Like I said, you and Willie both need to give us, I think Willie said his was devil's press. Willie, why would you put that out there? That's such a rough movement, but I like that you like the challenge. Yes, we definitely need to do a Zoom for you guys. Vicky, welcome back. Love that you're showing up every day. It's so awesome. Ooh, Kim, you have a unicorn on your desk? I thought of you yesterday because I saw another unicorn costume. It was like in some kind of CrossFit video. So I think I have your costume for next year. At least a solid suggestion. Victor, good morning. Jar, good morning in Greece. Kim, I like squat cleans. Oh, you guys are so silly. I love that you picked the hardest movements. Although, to be honest, I like squat cleans too. I like any kind of squatting. All right, crew. What else? Kim, pick another couple movements. And Willie, like I said, let me know yours too, and we'll get these birthday workouts going. We owe you some. All right, gang. Oh, hello, Bastian in the Netherlands. Mara, good morning. All right, guys, so let's start going over the warm-up as people start coming in. Matthew, hi in Texas. Victor, we're glad you love CrossFit. We enjoy it too. Single arm dumbbell squat snatches, Philip. Ooh, step back. Wow, I'm glad we're learning everyone's favorite movements right now. This is actually great input. All right, guys, so for the warm-up, we will have a 6-minute clock. We will have 10 arm circles, forwards and backwards. You can pick big arm circles or small arm circles, or maybe a little bit of both as we get warmed up. Then we'll have 30 seconds of walking plank, 5 inchworms, and then 30 seconds of handstand hold or 30-second static plank hold. And I would choose whichever one is more suited to the version of the workout you're doing. So if you're gonna do the body weight and you're gonna do the push-ups, I'd do the plank hold. And if you're gonna do the minimal and you're gonna do some variation of a handstand push-up, I would do the handstand hold. So, Kim, burpee box jump overs and handstand push-ups. I love your ambition. All right, gang, we're gonna start this in a second. Okay, wow. Our rows are heavy today, gang. This should be interesting. All right, guys, so let's get that clock going. If we can find the remote. If anyone sees a remote, just holler, send a pigeon, owl, whatever you think you carry a remote for. Ah, thank you. Scott for the win. Everyone say hi to Scott in the house today. Scott's in the house. Ooh, wow. Sorry. Scott back in the house. He's on his way in. Kanger, hi in Singapore. Kim, what a compliment. Philip says you're all a gains queen this month. Vicky, we're so happy that you decided to join the chat. You could just listen to us being silly for so long that eventually it's just easy to jump in. All right, guys, let's start that 6-minute clock, and we're gonna start with our arm circles. Scott, they say, yoo! We gotta make some kind of cameo in here. All right, guys.
This is my cameo.
That's Scott's cameo gang. They say good morning. So I'm gonna start with 10 arm circles forward, and then 10 backwards. Yeah, Scott, you get all the arm games holding cameras like that.
I do.
I feel like that's a serious isometric hold.
You have to switch arms, otherwise your bicep blows up.
Well, you don't want one like way bigger than the other.
True.
All right, guys, now we're gonna do that walking plank. So what a walking plank is, we're gonna come down to that plank position with our arms extended like this, and then we're gonna switch between coming to our elbows and pressing out. Usually I like to do 15 seconds initiating down with that right arm, then left, and then at 15 seconds I'm gonna switch to going down with my left arm first, if that makes sense. They say they like your Haley shirt.
Me too.
He says him too. All right, guys, so 30 seconds starting. We'll start in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. So I'm gonna come down to my forearms and press back up. Like I said, I'm gonna do 15 seconds initiating with my right side, and then I'll do 15 seconds initiating with the left side. Okay, and switch, meaning I'm pressing up first with the left arm. Although I usually do it on the right side, so it gets me a little backwards. It's gotta be good for your brain. 3 more seconds. And back up. Now we're gonna go into our inchworms, guys. So I'm gonna have my feet a little wider than shoulder width apart. And I'm gonna walk those hands forward, come down into a push-up. You can do that on your knees if you need to. And walk those hands back. Was that the wind, Scott?
Yes.
That's not horrifying or anything. Barn's making barn noises, guys. I think we have 2 more. We'll walk it out 2 more times. And back up. Now, like I said, depending on if you're gonna do a handstand version or a plank version, we're gonna do a 30-second static hold. So I'm gonna be doing push-ups today. We have a lot of handstand push-ups on the agenda later, so I'm gonna do maybe a little hybrid version of the workout today. So I'm gonna show you the 30-second plank hold, but if you're doing the handstand hold, just remember, initiate with those shoulders, guys. It's a little windy today, gang. All right, so coming down into that plank, I'm gonna do it on my forearms, starting now. Remember in that plank, guys, keep that core nice and tight. Try to keep that back nice and flat. Not stick those glutes up in the air. 10 more seconds. And back to our arm circles. Hey, Eilish, welcome, you made it. Kim, are you giving Bodie, your dog, treats for your birthday? I mean, he should make you some kind of paw cake. That's not real. I don't think dogs can make cakes. But if they could, it would be sweet. I did see that, like, is it Starbucks that you can get treats for your dogs? I thought that was a very cute idea. I believe it's just whipped cream, but I don't know. All right, guys, now we're gonna go back into that walking plank. And I'm gonna start in 3, 2, 1. And switch to the other direction. Direction. Already good, making me sweat today, crew. And done with those. Now we're gonna go back to those 5 inchworm. Puppuccino! Oh my gosh, that's so cute. That's what Starbucks calls it. And I'm gonna walk those hands back and do that 4 more times, guys. Puppuccino, someone's so creative there. Timing, you have 30 seconds left for that plank or handstand hold, starting in 3, 2, 1. About 15 seconds left. And 10. Guys, perfect 2-round warm-up. Willie, well, we're glad you made it after your meeting. It's important. We were just talking about Willie, where you got to make up your birthday workout movements too, since it's Kim's birthday today. We have lots of birthday workouts to make up, yours and Kim's. All right, guys, got to start the whoop this morning. Can't forget that. It's like, did you work out if you didn't start your watch? All right, guys, let's go over this workout. Patty, you're working out with us today. I'm so happy you're healthy again, Patty. That makes me so happy. Hi, Crystal. Jefferson, good morning in Costa Rica. Oh yeah, Willie, I guess you could throw mine in there too. I don't even know what my favorite movements are. Can we go for a run in the woods? Go do a triathlon? All right, crew, so good morning, Rolando. For our bodyweight version today, guys, and our minimal version, we have the same rep scheme. It will be 15, 12, 9, 6. And for the bodyweight version today, we will have single arm, San Antonio, we discussed this yesterday, single arm bent over row, and that'll be on each arm. So it'll be 15 on the right, 15 on the left, into 15 hand release push-ups, and down that rep scheme. For our minimal version today, guys, same rep scheme, but it will be double dumbbell bent over row, or strict handstand push-up into strict pull-up. Sorry about that, guys. So the bent over row or strict pull-up into the strict handstand push-up. So the weights, I believe, are 35 pounds for the women, or whatever you happen to have if you're still quarantined, and like I said, you only have water jugs. Should have brought my water jugs today, guys. Whatever you might have, but we'll go over the form of the row. So I want you guys to be maintaining the integrity in that. So sometimes 35 could get pretty heavy, especially for those double dumbbells. So we'll go over those movements real quick, and then we will get started. And if you guys have any questions, throw them out there. In the meantime, I'm gonna turn the fan on because it's toasty here still. I'm loving it. Keith, good morning. Keith, I have been fantastic. How have you been? Raul, good morning. I don't know if I'm gonna say this right. Tiziano, hello in Italy. Rolando, good morning. All right, guys, let's go over these movements. So for our single arm bent over row, couple cues here, guys. So yesterday we had quite the cardio session. Today is more of a strength, what do they call it? Pump session. Just meaning it's a lower heart rate compared to yesterday, where our heart rate was nowhere to hide. High heart rate everywhere. Today, you can definitely get that heart rate up depending on how fast you do the movements. Shashi, good morning. But we really want you to maintain good form on these movements too. So, with that bent over row, guys, how we're gonna gonna initiate that is I'm gonna hinge at the hips like I'm gonna put my hands on my knees. So I'm gonna come to this position like this. So if you notice, I have that nice flat back. I don't have my neck too high or too low, just that nice neutral position. I'm gonna grab my dumbbell. I can use that arm for support if I would like to. And I'm going to bring that dumbbell to my hips. So a common mistake with the dumbbell row, guys, is pulling it up to your chest. We don't want that extra pinch on our shoulders, guys, and we're doing this as a variation of a pull-up, right? So we want to engage more of our lats, that bigger muscle group. So I'm going to hinge at that hip like I was bending over. My hand just lightly resting here. I'm not leaning one side to the other, and I'm pulling that dumbbell to my hip. So I'm not pulling it up and pinching that shoulder per se. I'm engaging that whole lat and pulling towards my hip. So if you're doing the single arm version, you'll have 15 on the right, 15 on the left, like so. For our hand release push-ups, couple cues on those as well, guys, because we want you using the right muscle groups here. There are a lot of things that people kind of mistake in our push-ups sometimes. So for these hand release push-ups, you can do them in the plank position or you can do them on your knees, guys. But remember this cue, if you are choosing to do them on your knees are not so close that your butt's sticking up in the air, right? If I'm doing it, I still want that nice flat back position in that push-up. And I'm still coming to the ground, raising my hand and pressing my chest up. Now let's talk about where our chest is supposed to be and our arms are supposed to be in that hand release push-up. So I'm gonna show you in the plank version of the push-up. I do not want my elbows to go out wide on this, guys. Common mistakes are we stick our butt up in the air and we put our elbows out like this. That's not the strong position because we want to be engaging the back side and the front side. So our lats and our biceps and our chest. So I'm going to come into that plank position. I'm going to have my hands almost in a tripod. So if you think of a triangle, my head's going to be here, my hands are going to be here. So I'm going to be making that nice triangle position. And when I lower down, my elbows are coming back. And I'm trying to keep that forearm nice and straight. So I'm coming back into that position and then I'll be raising my hands forward. So what that's gonna look like, whether you're on your knees or in the plank position, I have that nice triangle, touching my chest to the ground, raising those hands, putting those hands back, trying to keep that arm nice and straight. I'm a little out of frame for you guys, sorry. So again, coming down, trying to keep that forearm straight, pressing up in that nice strong position. Trying not to droop my head down or a little too far forward. I just want to keep that spine nice and neutral. So that will be your hand release push-up, guys. This mega morning. Jar, I'm happy that you're enjoying this workout version. Nice, Eilish, a little secret workout today and both versions. Nicely done. So guys, for the double dumbbell bent over row. The other thing about the row, guys, is the weight is too heavy for what we're trying to do today. Another really important part of the row is, so like I said, we're in that hinge position. Because we're doing this row today, we want that full range of motion. So you really want that arm completely extended down too. We don't just want a little, really focus, guys, since we do have this more strength session today of getting that full range of motion. That means extending the arm all the way down. But also, we don't want you overextending at the top. So the weight might be too heavy. If you find yourself doing this, that's not what we want today. We want that full range with that arm down, pulling to that hip, and back down. So I bring that not overextension on the shoulder up because, for instance, double dumbbell row with 35s, this could definitely get pretty heavy in my opinion. So I'm gonna try to remember the cues that I just went over. I'm gonna have a hinge at my hip, my back flat, my chest tall, and I'm gonna be bringing those dumbbells to my hips. I don't wanna be flailing them up and overextending on one side or the other. So you really wanna focus on those good movements today and that full range of motion, guys. So let's go over our strict pull-up if you're choosing to do strict pull-up instead of the bent over rows. I don't know how to pronounce that. Is it Zalesto? Kipping while doing pull-ups it's more of an efficiency thing. Like if you're doing a higher volume, or people, it was competition style way back when, of doing them faster, but it definitely has, I think, some benefits from like a grip strength standpoint. That eccentric, I mean, I'm always very sore after doing kipping pull-ups, but if you're just trying to build strength through that movement, then I would start with just strict pull-ups. If you're working on a more gymnastics base and you want to learn more skills, and perhaps you're going to be doing a CrossFit event or competition, or a high number comes up in a workout that you might reach muscle fatigue on if you're doing strict pull-ups, that's where we see a benefit in kipping pull-ups. But just like anything else, you have to work your way up in volume in doing kipping motions as well, because as you know, like holding your body weight and coming down in the bottom of that motion, that can be hard on your joints and things as well. So doing a lot of eccentric movements and things like that are super important while learning that also. All right, crew. George, you made it. Let's go over the strict pull-up and strict handstand push-up really quick. So if you're not doing the row, guys, and you want to do these strict pull-ups, then my camera's a little. So you guys, I'm gonna have my hands a little bit wider, so if they're shoulder width a little bit wider. On strict, I wrap my thumbs. On kipping, just kind of depends on the day. But we're gonna wanna keep that nice hollow body position and those active shoulders. So here's a dead hang. I want my shoulders to be active as I initiate my strict pull-up, and I want that hollow body position. My eyes forward, my chin neutral, and I'm gonna pull that chin over the bar and come back down. That's your strict pull-up. If you don't have a strict pull-up and it's something you're working on and you want to get better at, let's talk about that really quickly, and then I promise we'll start the workout. So if you don't have a strict pull-up and it's something that you've been really interested in wanting to get, start with 20-second hangs. So you'll wrap your thumbs around a little bit wider than shoulder width apart, and guys, you're gonna go active in those shoulders, just like this. I'm squeezing my scaps together, and I'm gonna hold for 20 seconds. So you're gonna try to accumulate even 5 seconds. If 5 seconds is hard, then do 5 seconds. But you're gonna try to achieve 20 seconds of that hang in that hollow position, meaning I'm active in my shoulders and I'm active in my core. Second, if you have a box or something like that, I'm just gonna pull up for the time being because I don't have a box next to me. You're gonna try to do some holds in that position. And also, you're gonna use a box or whatever you need to jump up to this position. And I'm gonna try to do 5-second to 20-second holds with my chin above the bar. Lastly, assisted, like we were talking about, learning movements, patterns, and strengthening them, we'll work on some eccentric. So if you're really trying to get a pull-up, I would jump on that box or grab a band, because you don't want to put too much tension too quickly. So it's a different level, so you have to assess what level you're at. But so I would jump on my box, I would jump up here, and whether I had a band or a foot on the box, I'd lower for 5 seconds. And I can promise you, if you're doing hangs and you're doing your chin over the bar and some eccentric, you will have a pull-up in no time. So if you're not doing pull-ups, do the rows, but keep working on the pull-ups. It's a fun thing to just continue to build strength across so many different movements. All right, let's talk about the handstand push-up really quickly. And again, I promise we'll get started. So many things to learn in today's pump sesh, guys. So, for our handstand push-up. Again, I always tell this story because long ago when I started doing CrossFit and people just started doing handstand push-ups and holds, there's nothing like seeing full-grown adults kick up into a handstand and crumble to the ground. And we've all been there because it's like jump rope. When was the last time you jumped rope when you first started CrossFit? Most people, it's not since grade school. When was the last time you've been in a handstand hold if you're not used to doing them? So the trick is to keep those shoulders active, like you're blocking against something. So when you turn upside down or you go from your knees up, push to the sky, guys. Keep those shoulders nice and active. So today we have strict handstand push-ups. Another common mistake similar to the regular push-up is putting your head by your hands. See how my elbows are going wide, guys? That's not the strongest position for me to be pushing up. I want that tripod again. So I want this triangle. That was kind of a triangle. This triangle. That'll be my stronger position and my more balanced position, and I'll really be able to push up from there. So I don't want to get too close to the wall. And I also, other big thing on handstand push-ups, you see a lot of people especially in the open, if you're trying to compete, they do these push-ups in this arch position. When I'm in the handstand push-up, my core is tight, my glutes are squeezed, and I want that straight position. So I'm gonna be in that tripod when I'm pressing, but I want that body nice and tight. So I don't want that butt hanging back, I don't want that back arched. So I'm gonna kick up into my handstand with that tripod. I'm gonna come to the ground. See, my elbows are forward, guys, they're not out. So I'm gonna press up from this position, my head through the window, and back down. That's my strength. If you're doing kipping today, guys, you're gonna come into a tuck position, and this is where your butt does touch the wall. So I'm gonna bring my knees to my chest. You can throw them wider if you need to be more balanced. And at the same time as I press, I'm gonna shoot those feet to the sky. So those will be your handstand variations, guys. And similar to the pull-up, I'll give you one quick trick if you're trying to learn a handstand push-up. I do really like bear crawls for that as well. But if you can find a box, a good way to gain a little bit of shoulder strength and learn. And I can't really see myself, so I'm gonna try to do the best. Scott can tell me if my shoulders, my hips are over my shoulders here. But if I'm trying to learn a handstand push-up, this is a good variation. I'm gonna grab this box, but you guys try to maintain the integrity of that tripod and those elbows. Be really aware of that, because that's all gonna translate when you kick up. So I'm going to, can't really see myself, walk. I want my hips over my shoulders. And then I'm still trying to make that tripod position, right guys? And then, without my elbows going out, with my elbows going back towards my body, I can go as low as I'm ready to go on this. You can put mats underneath your head to protect yourself, but those are great ways to start learning the handstand push-up or be getting that inverted stimulus. Wow, guys, so much learning on the agenda this morning. All right, crew, any questions? That was a lot. Thanks for being patient. Any questions before we get started? Patty, for a bar, do you have something that you could do as a row? Like, even if you, like I said, people think I'm joking when I say a gallon of milk or a gallon of water. I really did use my water jugs for a while. Anything that you can find to get into that row position, that's a pull. And even if you don't have that, I don't know how stable the tables are in your house, but you can pull up on the edge of a table, anything to try to figure out more of like a pull. But there are plenty of things around the house. Oh, another good thing that you could use, most people have this. We're gonna borrow, I believe it's Haley's backpack. Everyone's got a bag in their house. Right, Patty? So if you can't do rows with a dumbbell, you can grab this bag. You can do your rows with this bag. You can do them same in front of you, but just remember all the same cues we talked about. Alfonso, good morning. Christy, good morning. All right, crew, like I said, a lot of information today. Any other questions before we get started? I think I missed some while we were chatting. Well, Christy, we're happy you're joining us. We hope your hip recovers quickly. All right, gang, rock and roll time. Oh, good, Patty. Then definitely just do the dumbbell row version. We can teach you double unders, Zalesto, at some point, but you know, it's a work in progress for most of us. They come and go. We just have to keep practicing. All right, guys, I'm gonna do a little bit of a hybrid of the workout because I know we have some handstand push-ups and pull-ups coming today. So I'm going to do the double dumbbell rows and hand release push-ups. In case you're wondering, George, coffee, great point. That's probably the most organic and clean pre-workout. There are a lot of natural ones out there too. Like a lot of people like use ginseng and stuff like that. Rich and the gang used to use the Advocare pre-workout Spark. I used to take that for a long time. It's really good. They listen to what people have to say about the ingredients. I'm a big fan of not consuming things with dyes, and it used to have red 40 in it, and then they subbed it to oh gosh, it's something, I want to say it was like turmeric or cranberry or something like that. So, Dimitri, good morning in Kazakhstan. All right, guys, we are going to be starting shortly in about 10 seconds. Let me put you in frame here. And move the fit, because it's already sweaty today. Like I said, no questions, gang. Remember our rep scheme, guys, 15, 12, 9, 6, 3 for both versions. Yes, Christy. Well, keep coming to hang out with us while you're healing. Community is really important, and we've all been there, sick or injured. We need our peeps. All right, guys, we are gonna be starting in, well, if I can work the clock. 10 seconds. Starting off those 15 rows, guys. In 3, 2, and 1. Cues on those bent over rows, guys. Into those hand release push-ups. Nice work, guys. And back to those rows, gang. Guys, you get your heart rate up with strength too, right? Great work, guys. On to the round of 9. Remember to keep breathing through these movements. Great work, guys. On to 6. And 6. Woo. If you're like me, it helps to say it out loud to keep count. Great job, gang. Last set. And push-ups. went by kind of fast, kind of, sorta. I don't know about you guys. I'm feeling stronger now. Maybe. Nice job, guys. Oh yeah, Kim, what's your favorite cake? What are you gonna have for your birthday today? Eilish, and obviously the happy juice, Kim. I like the wink. We know what that means. Nice job, Patty. Happy to have you working out here along with. Thanks, Eilish. And crew, I wonder if, you know, Gretchen and Steve are hiding in there somewhere. And Paul, if you're doing this today. And Eilish already did 2 of the workouts plus another one. Great job, gang. Oh yeah, mango cheesecake. I still need to get on that this weekend. Ooh, dinner at local seafood and farm restaurant. All right, Kim, you're gonna have to show some pictures of that. Oh, I'm all about local. Local food and local farm, that's awesome. It's nice that you have one around. Oh, Kim, see, I knew we were soulmates. I like chocolate cake too. And frosting. But I've already told you guys how I feel about the frosting to cake ratio. I need more frosting than cake, I don't know. Let's see if we trust Scott. Scott, what's your cake to icing ratio?
Not much icing.
What?
Yeah.
I don't know if I trust Scott
No
anymore.
cake.
What?
Yeah.
But why?
Too sugary.
Oh gosh. I don't know, we'll have to test him out later. Nice job, guys. All right, let's go over this accessory. Master programmer in the house. Tage is here, gang. Oh, Kim, I can't wait. That'd be awesome. All right, crew. Hello in Israel. Here is our accessory today. Today we have 3 sets of single arm dumbbell windmills on each side. Our favorite mobility and stability movement. 10 suitcase deadlifts on each side, and then 15 banded scap squeezes. And if you guys don't have a band, maybe throw in some scap push-ups. So let's go over those real quick. Tasia Phillips says, how you doing? She says, hey Philip. Willie, we've had this conversation. We're a team. You might need to transition to more frosting. Willie says he's on your side. Oh, that's awesome. Dimitri, I love that your daughter's doing the workout with you. That's so cool. Oh, well, what's her name? We gotta cheer her on too. All right, guys, so for these windmills, I'm gonna show you with the body weight version because, again, windmill being a mobility and a stability movement, and really, I'd say it bases on 2 of the areas I really need to work on most, so that's why I struggle with them, and I'm gonna do a body weight version. It's that thoracic mobility, but it's also gonna be driving your hips back, kind of like you're initiating a deadlift. So what it's gonna look like is I'm gonna have my feet as wide as you need them, but a little wider than shoulder width. So if I have my right arm in the air, my left arm back, shining from this angle. What I'm gonna first do is I'm gonna initiate the twist. So my torso is going to be rotating like this, right, as I'm about to come down. But another important piece of this movement, guys, is you're actually initiating your hips back like a deadlift. So this is also a great movement to help get your deadlift stronger. So I'm gonna have my arm in the air and my arm like this. So first I'm gonna initiate by twisting my torso. I'm gonna slightly drive those hips back and reach to the ground while looking at the sky. If you do have a dumbbell in your hand, guys, make sure that as you go down, your wrist is staying neutral like this. I don't want your wrist to fall back as you go down. And like myself, I don't have the mobility to go down without that wrist breaking. So pick a weight where your wrist is strong like this and that it's not falling back like that. Eva, nice work, Eva, keep it up. We're proud of you. Thanks for joining us today too. It's so awesome that you're working out with your dad. So guys, on the left side, same idea. I'm gonna have that left arm in the air, my right arm facing towards the ground, initiating by rotating that torso first, then I'm slowly driving my hips back. I do have a little bend in my knee, just like a deadlift, and I'm reaching towards the sky. So you'll have 10 of those on each side. You can use a dumbbell. It is a more advanced movement, so pick a weight that works for you or do the body weight version. That's so awesome. So for our suitcase deadlifts, we're gonna have a dumbbell on one side. I'm like standing right in the sunspot, I'm blinding myself, gang. So, same idea, I'm gonna keep that chest tall, push those hips back, and I'm gonna stand tall with that dumbbell, completely extended, trying not to shift to one side or the other, keeping my spine neutral. Trying to be stable throughout that whole movement. I'll have 10 of those on the right, and then I'll switch to my left again, keeping that chest nice and tall. Stand up completely at the top. I just touch one head of the dumbbell on the ground, and 10 on the left. For our banded scap squeezes, guys, let me grab a band real quick. This band is actually way too tight, but a lot of people do this. They call it banded scap squeeze. Some people call it a W. So if your elbows are in like this, I'm squeezing those scaps. So it's like if I had a pencil or a crayon between my scaps, I'm pulling this band like a W. Again, this one's way too tight. Usually you can see me initiating more, but I picked the super challenging band. So you get the idea of the banded scap squeeze. If you do not have a band, you can do scap push-ups, which I learned through M30, also a great tool. So I'll come back into that plank position, in the plank or on my knees, and it's like I'm initiating a push-up. I'm squeezing my scaps. I'm not bending my elbows. It's like a push-up without bending your arms. So I'm squeezing my scaps, just like I'm trying to pinch something between them. So you can do 10 of those scap push-ups. So crew, that is our accessory today. 3 sets, 10 single arm windmills on each side. You can use a dumbbell if you would like to. 10 suitcase deadlifts on each side, 10 banded scap squeezes or scap push-ups. Any questions, gang? I know, Philip, you have special cake in Poland. We have to make a trip to Poland just to have all of this good food you talk about. And to work out with you, but you know, that's just another story. Patty, great work today. Well, nice job, guys. Like I said, if you have any questions on the accessory, let me know. Was Cooking Crazy around today? I thought I saw her here earlier. She usually gives us a solid recipe for the day. Christian, hello in Argentina. Well, crew, we are super thankful you joined us today. And hopefully you will, if you've been around and you're hanging around, we have Compete coming up here shortly, or you can join us tomorrow morning at 7:30, or next Tuesday, again with the whole crew at 7:30. Cooking Crazy, you are here. Giselle, good morning. Cooking Crazy, you have any last minute recipes? Last week we got that ginger shot, which is really good. But if not, no pressure. We've gotten a recipe a week now for 2 weeks straight, so I don't want to stress you out with too many recipe requests. Even though we're super thankful for them and they're really good. All right, George, thank you for being honest about your late burpees. Although if I had late burpees, I'd have about 30,000 by now. So I should probably start those today, maybe be done in a week. Glenn, thank you for joining us. We're happy to have you. We hope you enjoyed your first time here. Like I said, we had quite the strength sesh today. Ooh, okay, here we go. Banana muffins from Cooking Crazy. 3 cups flour, 1 cup sugar, 4 teaspoons baking powder, 1 teaspoon salt, 2 bananas squashed, 1 cup of milk, and a ½ cup of oil. Heck yeah, Cooking Crazy, that's so awesome. I'm all about the banana muffins. Tasia makes some wicked banana bread, speaking of. It's famous around these parts. That's so awesome. Thank you for that, Cooking Crazy. That's great. All right, gang. Well, thank you again, and hopefully we will see you in a couple minutes or at 7:30. Cooking Crazy says bake at 350 for about 20 minutes. Very important piece of the puzzle. I meant to ask that. All right, gang. Have an awesome day, and hopefully we will see you tomorrow.